Here comes the coaching staff, making their way to the bench. And the Cumberland grads about to take the ice. We're just waiting for the referees to allow them on. I have been informed that the Cumberland grads do have a spare helping them out tonight. And the Orleans Blues take the ice. So there's still no sound system here at this arena. Therefore, all you'll hear is the gameplay, the crowd, and my pretty voice the entire evening. Welcome to game 14 of the season. Cumberland grads taking on the Gloucester Orleans Blues. Gloucester coming off a fantastic win against the Stittsville Rams, 5-4. It is the first time that team has been beat since 2022 or 23. All right, so we're going to do an off-camera interview with the player that's sitting right now. Alex Hogg, unfortunately, can't play tonight. So how are the boys feeling playing the Blues tonight?
We know that they lost. They beat the Rams, so we're going to try to not think about that and try to stick to the game plan.
All right, and what are three key components of the game tonight that they have to do in order to come out with a big W?
They need to keep dumping and chasing. They need to stay hard on the power play and not take any stupid penalties.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Alex. So we'll get back to the broadcast. All right, so tonight's game is brought to you by Tyler Shaver, Dominion Limiting, Orleans Orthodontist, Bergeron Clifford, King Concrete, as well as McFadden Custom Harvesting. So as you heard before, Mr. Hogg can't play tonight. However, Enzo Bouvier-Sharp is in the lineup. I believe Oren Pierce-Teed is out of the lineup as well. All right, here we go for puck drop. Offside on the face-off call against both teams. Here we go. Puck is dropped. Starting lineup tonight, we have Sam Baptiste, Charlie McFadden, Owen White, Jérémy Parenteau, and Sébastien Caron. Starting goalie, Eric Poole. All right, puck's dropped. Parenteau in the corner, stops up. Cross ice to Owen White. Owen White through neutral, goes wide. Looking for a pass on the wide drive. As the Blues come back the other way. Caron. He gets hooked up in neutral. Ref lets that go. As there's a scramble in the corner, Blues reversing the play. Lamotte gets a stick on it and gets it over to White. White against the boards. Gets it all the way down the ice. Icing waved off as the Blues could have touched it. Blues send the puck through neutral. Got a foot race. Brothers gets it up the wall to Wojcik. The Blues point man able to get a hold of the puck and get a quick shot on net. And goalie holds up. McFadden winning the draw. Back to the corner. Blues recover it and get it to the point. Point man winds up, fakes a shot, sends it deep. Two Blues deep behind the net recovering. Short side drive attempt. That's broken up by Lamotte as McFadden helps his defense out. Centering pass. Shot. That's blocked. Around the other side. Centering attempt. And we have a goal. Blues able to get the puck to the tight slot and get in the back of the net. Caden Cam pushing the puck forward. Bouvier-Sharp first on the puck. He gives it over to Quiche. Quiche deep in the corner, flips it up. It was behind Cosgrove and he couldn't get a good hold of it. Puck's bouncing through center. Quiche gets a hold of it finally and sends it deep. Bouvier-Sharp keeping the line and getting the puck over to Cosgrove deep in the zone. Blues recover it. They break out with speed through the middle. Down the high slot. Backdoor play. That goes into Blues skates and he can't get the shot off. Keish from behind his net. Fumbles with the puck. And the Cumberland grads get it out of the zone. Cosgrove putting some pressure on. He's pinned up against the boards. Interference. Oh, tripping coming up. Against Cosgrove. Two minutes on the clock. Blues get the first power play of the game. Orleans pushing the puck to the wall. Paranto there gets it up to Baptiste, who fires it down the ice. Blues setting up on the breakout. They go cross ice on the stretch man. We walk in. Shot from the dot. Crew holds on for a whistle. Blues getting the puck cross ice, shot on net, rebound. That's shoved to the corner by Cajon. Blues back to the point, looking for the backdoor plays. Shot on net, tipped in front, in the back of the net. Two nothing Blues. Power play goal. Orleans attempting to break in. They're stopped up at the line. Centering pass. Prue makes a great pad save. McFadden gets it up the ice. Puck is kept in by Cam. Brothers pokes it deep into the zone. The Blues able to outmuscle McDonald and come out with the puck on the break-in. Cam recovering the puck, giving it up to Baptiste. Baptiste falls on the play as Orleans recover the puck, and they enter the Cumberland end. Lamotte taking an Orleans player's ice. Sends it off the glass, down the ice, as Cam reverses to Keish. Over to Bouvier-Sharp. Bouvier-Sharp to Levesque on the stretch breakaway attempt. Levesque gives it to Baptiste. Baptiste pokes it just wide of the net. Orleans on the break-in, 3-on-2, shot on net, that goes wide, bounces off the back wall to the point, shot back around. Blues, quick shot on net, that goes around as well, stopped up against the half boards. Blues from the point, knocked off the puck by Baptiste. Forward left it for the point man. Enzo Bouvier-Sharp sending it off the wall. Baptiste fires it down the ice. Goes for a change. And slows the game down. Caden Cam pulls it back for Quiche, who for Caron gets it to the blue, not out. Shot on net by the Blues. That's high and wide. Another shot on net going back door. That misses its mark. Caron battling in the corner. Puck comes to the point. Blues shot. Parenteau took that. Winced. Looked like it hurt a little bit. As Cam stops up behind the net. He gets stripped of the puck. Centering pass goes nowhere as Caron had his man tied up. White sends it across. Blues touch it up. Icing waved off. Cosgrove to White. White sending back around. Lamotte coming in. Passes across the zone. Nobody gets their stick on it. As the Blues send a long dump in on net. Crew makes a save and gives it to his team to keep playing. Lamotte under pressure. Only gets a puck out of his zone, but Orleans send it back in. Brothers giving it to Cosgrove on the wall. Orleans walking in. Deep in the corner. Deep in the corner. Centering pass. Brothers gets a stick on it, sends it to the point. Orleans behind the net. Playing this like a power play, even though it's regular strength. Owen White walks around to check and puts some good pressure on the Blues. Cumberland able to get a change out of that. As Quiche gets it up to McDonald. He fires it up to Wojcik, who enters with speed wide. He gets bumped off the puck, but regains it. Cycles back down to McDonald in the corner. And the Blues regain possession on the wall. Cross ice pass. Dump in by the Blues. They're first on the puck. Quiche laying a hit. Wojcik pinning the puck against the boards. Blues get possession into the line. Over to the point. Shot on net. Bouvier sharp. Good block. Puck trickles out of the zone. Blues have to regroup. Ty McDonald breaking up a pass. Sends it in. Referee gets hit by the puck. Bouvier sharp off of Levesque's skates at center. He couldn't handle it. As Quiche gives it up to Levesque. Levesque to Baptiste. Baptiste tries to send it in on net. Orleans get a stick on it, and that bounces around. Baptiste alone, surrounded by a couple Blues players. Deep in the zone, he loses the puck. As McFadden, with some good pressure, almost retrieves it. Caron with the puck, flips it up, misses the zone exit. But Baptiste gets it out of the zone. Baptiste pushes it in. McFadden just offside, had to tag up. That allows the Blues send the puck down the ice. As Prue gets a glove on and holds on for a whistle. Cam pulling it back for Brothers. To Baptiste. Baptiste on the boards. Lamotte trying to get it out. That die is on the wall. Orleans saving it deep. Orleans from their corner. Missed their pass, and the puck goes all the way down the ice. Cam, F1. Gets the puck over to McFadden. McFadden puts it back in deep. Lamotte holding the line with his foot. Gets it to Cam. Cam over to Baptiste. Baptiste back to Brothers. Takes a shot off. That just goes wide. Baptiste with the puck in the corner. Cycling back to McFadden. Over to the right corner. Lamotte on the line. Keeping the puck. Shot on net. Rebound. Baptiste just a little late for the rebound. And the goalie's able to push the puck to the corner. Puck's out. Single player racing down, one-on-one on Brothers. Brothers able to stand him up and break up the play. Lamotte hits the blue, or the red, sorry, and dumps it all the way in. Two Blues behind the net battling with White and Cosgrove. Blues first of the puck to the line. Quiche shot on, that's blocked in front. Cosgrove on the wall. Bouvier sharp there as well. Quiche able to push it back into the Blues end. Blues get possession. They dump it in all the way. Bouvier sharp interfered with. 2 minutes for the Blues. Power play Cumberland, 2 minutes on the clock. Let's see what they can do. Face-offs coming to the left of the Orleans goalie. Puck sneaks out of the zone past Bouvier sharp, but he's able to get it to McDonald. McDonald retreating. Setting up, doesn't like what he sees, gives it to McFadden. McFadden over to Bouvier sharp. Bouvier sharp, the weak pass, and McFadden gets it over, trying to get it over anyways, and the puck's just dying on them. McFadden finally gets the puck in deep. Orleans get it down the ice. Prue out of his net, leaving it for Bouvier sharp. Bouvier sharp, Ty McDonald. McDonald leaving it for Cam. Cam stopping and going, sending it to McDonald, but McDonald is going for a change. Quiche up to Baptiste. Baptiste gets rocked at center. Blues dump it back in. 53 seconds left of their penalty. Blues on the forecheck, giving some a rough time to Caron. Parenteau is under pressure as well. Cam able to get the puck up to Baptiste. Baptiste from the high slot gets a shot off. Goalie makes a glove save and holds on. Caron off the draw, tries to send a shot off, but it gets blocked and sent to the corner. Baptiste looking for his D. Parenteau gets the puck knocked off of his stick at the line. Orleans get a breakaway and they score shorthanded, going top corner. Orleans entering the zone on the wall. Brothers lost his stick on the play. Puck comes out, but right back in by Orleans. Shot on net. Prue makes a save. Centering pass, another save by Prue. Scramble in front. Puck's behind the net. Brothers gets it to the wall, nets off. Quiche getting it over to Bouvier Sharp. Bouvier Sharp gets it out. Icing waved off, tipped by the Blues. 44 seconds left in this period. Blues coming up with the puck. Off the wall to center. Player trying to split the D, that doesn't work. Cam and Wojcik trying to get the puck in the zone. Wojcik's gonna go off. For a cross check. That's on the draw, pushes the puck forward. Offside called against the Blues. Face off coming in front of the Orleans bench. Orleans deemed to be onside on that play. As they get the puck to neutral, and they back up. Cosgrove able to get a stick on it to keep the puck in the middle of the ice. Now have a 3-0 game for Orleans. Blues with the puck deep in their zone. That's it, steals it. Goes for a deke. Nearly works, but the goalie is able to seal the pad and make a save. Blues out of the zone. Cajon able to flip the puck down the ice with 50 seconds left to the penalty. Baptiste putting some good pressure on the puck carrier. And Cajon able to retrieve it and dump it back in again. Owen White, F1, putting pressure. Puck carrier skates through neutral and goes wide. It's stopped up in the corner, gets it back to the point. Point man shoots, tipped. I believe the goalie got a piece of that with a blocker, and it goes high of the net. It's jammed up, gets the half boards, and it's sent down the ice by Cumberland. 6 seconds left in the Cumberland penalty. Back to even strength. Net drive. Decided to stop. Pass to the high slot. Shot got moved to the side. Crew makes a save. And the rebound gets shot down the ice. Icing waved off. Wojcik touches on it first. White gets in the scrum, and Orleans come out with it. Lamotte from the blue puts it deep to White. White gets knocked off the puck, but he's able to get it to Wojcik. Wojcik back to White. White gets hit. Wojcik retrieving the puck, sending it back into the pile as it sneaks out. Brothers pinching. Gets pushed off. And the Blues retrieve it. Blues skating through the Grad's D with the puck. Pass to the other side. White had his man covered. Blues entering the zone. They get jammed up in the high slot, and they maintain possession. Shot from the point. Drew takes that off the logo and holds on with no rebound. Cam pulls it back to Quiche. Quiche bounces it up to the line. Ty McDonald getting his stick on it and retrieves the puck. Ty going for a move. Can't beat the D. Orleans back the other way, 2-on-2. Orleans skater loses it in his own feet as Cam avoids a hit and gets the puck over to McDonald. McDonald surrounded by 4, but gets the puck to Cam. Cam getting a good shot off. That just goes wide in the net. Quiche pinching. Gets knocked down as he did. 2-on-1. Shot. Backdoor off the post. Blues with the puck. Bouvier Sharp able to get it to Cam. Penalty coming up on the play. Caden Cam for tripping. Face off to the right of the goalie, won by Orleans. Miscommunication at the line. Sam Baptiste able to strip the defender of the puck. Sam Baptiste hauled down, and we will have a penalty shot. Baptiste not able to get the shot off. He will get it free and clear. Shot on the net. Grads get the puck back to the line, get a quick shot on net by Parenteau, and the goalie makes a save. Face off, won by Orleans. We carry it through center and into the zone. The play's jammed up against the boards. Short side shot. As the player was going around the net, Drew holds the post, makes a save, 1:31 left in the Cam penalty. Blues pull it back to the point man. He's jammed up against the boards, sends it to the other side. Shot on net, high and wide. That rims around back to the other point. Levac gets a stick on it and fires it down the ice. 1:07 left in the penalty. Blues reversing the play to the other side. Caron has the puck roll under his stick. Levac right there helping him out. As Paranto reverses to the half boards. Blues pick it up. They send it back door. They're now looking to try to get a pass or a play going. So they start a cycle. Back to the point. Back deep. Give and go. Shot on net. Crew makes a great save. Levac again, all the way down the ice. Long pass. Tipped by the Blues out of the zone, or into the zone, so icing was waved off. 7 seconds left in the penalty. 5 seconds. Back to even strength. Lamotte knocked off the puck behind the net, but he's still battling. Orleans against the wall, stop, get it to the slot, shot on net. Crew puts that to the corner. Betsy's gets it to the line. McDonald trying to push it out. Blues send it back in. Caron behind the net. With the Blues player, they center, they shoot it just wide. As Cumberland send it down the ice and get called for another icing. Cumberland winning the draw, but don't get the puck out. Lamotte sends it, but it gets stopped against the half boards. And then at the point, shot on net, that goes wide of the net, steered off by Crew. Centering pass attempt, McFadden there to get a stick on it. And the puck's all jammed up against the boards. Shot from the point man, Crew makes a save. And Cumberland gets it down the ice for another icing. Orleans getting the draw back to the point. Ty McDonald off the wall. Orleans get a hold of it and send it right back down the ice. Enzo Bivlier-Sharp over to Quiche. Quiche to Cam, who is curling. Wojcik comes back. Backhands the puck to neutral, where the Blues regain possession. The Blues send it into the zone, but not deep. Grads get it back out. The Blues come right back out in with possession. From the red line, Orleans dumps the puck in deep to the Cumberland zone. Wojcik against the half boards. They will get it to Cam and to McDonald. McDonald pushing it forward. Blues player gets possession as Quiche tries to get it, or Wojcik tries to get it to Quiche, and a giveaway, a shot, a save, a rebound, another save. Blues with possession deep in the corner. Over to the slot, shot on net. Crew gets a toe on it. and then gets it out of harm's way by himself. Cumberland Grad's breaking down right now. They need to get it out and reset. Wojcik trying to get it to the slot. He gets a shot off. Centers it back. No one there. Orleans picking it up. Orleans not getting the puck out this time though. And they send it to the half boards. Orleans having a hard time now with Baptiste and McFadden. McFadden with a quick shot on net. Goalie gets a blocker on it. Caron trying to keep it in, but it comes out. Down the ice for an icing. Draw comes back to Caron. Caron tries to put it on net with a weak shot. Baptiste gives it to White. One times it just off the side of the net. White centering it. Gets it to Parenteau. Parenteau pushing it forward through the slot. But the puck comes all the way back to Prue. Prue plays the puck. As it wasn't a shot from the Blues, he couldn't freeze it. Parenteau holding the line, but not for long as the puck bounces right back out. Shot in by the Blues. It rims all the way back to the other point man. As Baptiste gets it over to McFadden. McFadden to Baptiste, trying to get his stick on it in the slot. That was a little long. Lead pass behind the D. Shot on net off of the goalie's shoulder and into the side of the zone. Blues in the corner. Centering. Cosgrove has it go off his skate. Blues recover it and put it in the back of the net. Orleans with possession off the draw again. They skated in, pass to the slot where Orleans player was uncovered. Thankfully it goes behind him. Orleans with a shot on, tipped just in front of the net. And a good scoring chance, but it doesn't happen. Cam loses the puck in the corner. Orleans centering it. Cosgrove recovers it, gets it up. But Cumberland can't seem to maintain any possession of the puck. Cosgrove dumps it in. Stopped up at the line. Cosgrove has puck roll under his stick. And almost a 3-on-0 breakaway on a bad change. Quiche. Gets it up to Levesque. Gets it to Cosgrove. Cosgrove puts it in deep. Quiche up helping out. Puck stopped at the line by Baptiste, who pushes it forward. Baptiste putting some pressure. The 3 Orleans players were around him. Then they come out with the puck. Orleans into the zone. Shot on net, high and wide. Comes to the point on the other side. Cycled back deep. Short side shot on a one-timer. Proved it's a good save. And the Blues dump it back in. Quiche gets a hang of the puck. As Bouvier Sharp sends it across to Baptiste, who touched it up and voided the icing. Seems to be no intensity or heart in this game anymore. Orleans player slips up. That's his, centers it. Quick shot by Wojcik, and goalie able to make a save. Then losing the draw, but the puck comes back to Caron, gets a shot off. That goes off a stick and out of play. Blues win the draw. White deep in the zone with the puck. He goes around the net, tries to leave it for McFadden. But White was surrounded by Blues. Caron to McFadden. Caron gets it deep for White. White centering. Cam has the puck in his skates, can't pull the trigger. Shot on net by Parenteau. And White is on the doorstep to put the rebound in. Owen White with a goal, assisted by number 93, Jérémy Parenteau. Face-off comes into the Blues zone. Puck's pinned up against the wall. Orleans get possession and push it deep into the zone. Lamotte skates it around, upmans it to Ty McDonald, who chips it up. So that's broken up by Orleans. And they enter the zone 2-on-2. They stop up, put it back to the point. Shot on net, saved by Prue. Blues first on the puck again. From the wall to the point. A little hard on the pass, and the defender wasn't able to handle it. Blues defender walking in. All the way. Centers it. No one there for the Blues. Orleans on the half boards walking in. Shot on net. Saved by Prue. 28 seconds left in the second period. Face off, pulled back to Quiche. Quiche flips it up to the line. The defender gloves that down, gets a shot off. Prue gets a piece of it and sends it wide. Puck sent back to neutral. And then dumped back in by Orleans. Bouvier Sharp sends it into the Blues bench. We're going to have a face off to the right of Prue. Possibly the last one in this period. Face off is pulled back. Bouvier Sharp eating the puck against the boards, killing off the last 10 seconds. And there we have a buzzer. getting the puck deep in the Cumberland end on the draw. Caron. It's stripped of the puck behind the net. Blues get it back to the point. Point man shot, blocked in front. Another shot, blocked by Caron. Blues attempt to center. That goes to the other side. Orleans cycling deep from the corner to the point. Point man shoots. Prue gets a stick on it. Orleans cycled back behind the net. Centering pass. Baptiste gets a stick on it. Puts it to Wojcik. Wojcik across to McFadden. That was a little hard. McFadden couldn't get his stick on the puck, and Orleans reorganized. Orleans with a dump in. The puck bounces in front of Prue, who freezes and holds on. Blues back to the point. Put it deep. Lamotte behind the net. He gets pushed. And Orleans can't hold the line. Orleans trying to reorganize. They get it to neutral. And they skate it in wide. Lamotte pushes the player off the puck. The brothers harassing the second one. Puck bounces behind the net where Lamotte picks it up and puts it off the wall. And Cosgrove goes for a foot race. Cosgrove second on the puck. The Blues with a clean breakout. And they put it deep. Cam battling against the boards. Lamotte there helping. Cosgrove assisting. Puck comes to the point. Cosgrove blocks that, puts it wide. Orleans centering pass from the slot. Point blank. Prue gets a stick on it, nets off. Cumberland winning the draw. Wojcik gets it out. Orleans trying to reorganize in their zone. Enzo Bouvier-Sharp with the puck. Up to Levesque. Levesque past the red. Flips it in. Ty McDonald with the puck. Tries a shot. That's blocked on the way in. Bouvier-Sharp holding the line over to Ty McDonald. Back to Bouvier-Sharp. Bouvier-Sharp gets a shot that goes wide behind the net and around the boards. Puck's out of the Orleans zone. But Levesque turns and attacks right back. Levesque with a backhand. Goalie able to push that aside. And Orleans with a breakaway pass attempt. Bouvier-Sharp having to go back and get the puck out of harm's way. Orleans sends one in on net from their own blue line as they go in for a change. Caron to McFadden. Back to Caron to McFadden. Loses him his feet. Orleans get the puck deep. Short side shot. Prue makes a save. Penalty coming up on the play. Bouvier-Sharp. It's going off for 2 minutes for hooking. I have another power play for Orleans. Baptiste able to put that off the glass and down the ice. Orleans setting up in their own zone. Baptiste breaking up a play, putting the puck back in deep. .30 seconds gone on the penalty. Baptiste again able to break up a play. Sends the puck deep again. Baptiste getting away of the play, gives it to Cam. Hits it back to Parenteau, back up to Baptiste. Baptiste stick handling through traffic, puts one off the post. And Orleans get it to neutral. Parenteau's firing it right back in. 1 minute off the penalty to Bouvier-Sharp. Orleans on the break-in, dump it in. Lamotte goes right off the corner of the stanchion and down the ice. Everybody ducked for that one. Both benches included. Orleans using their D for a slingshot. He skated in. Stop deep and wide from the dot. Shot. Blockered away by Prue. He puts it in the corner. Orleans back to the point. Point man over to the half boards. Back deep to the left corner. Centering pass broken up by Cosgrove. Cosgrove backhands it out of the zone as Prue taps his stick to signal the soon end of the penalty. Owen White pushing the puck forward. He gets rocked in the corner and loses the puck. Ty McDonald can't hold the line but puts the puck back into the Orleans zone. Orleans send it off the rafters and get a whistle. Orleans off the draw, get possession. They go in 2-on-1. Ty McDonald with a great back check. And the great hit by Bouvier-Sharp. Puck battle against the boards. White gets it to the line. Orleans dump it back in. Bouvier-Sharp to McDonald. McDonald chips it for Levesque. Levesque, his strong man off the puck. Quiche having to retreat. Sends it to Bouvier-Sharp, who gets it to the line, not out. Prue having to make a save, pushing the puck away to the corner. Blues again at the line, cycle back deep. Bouvier-Sharp hits his man. Levesque backhands it, but Orleans get possession. Shot from the high slot, that's tipped wide. Quiche sends a bouncing puck down to neutral. And the Cumberland defense goes for a change. Caron intercepts a long pass, gives it to Parenteau, back to Caron. Caron over to Cosgrove, off a skate. Cosgrove dumps it in. Cosgrove hit in the corner as the puck comes to the line. McFadden had to cover for Parenteau, who pinched. Puck still comes out, but nothing comes of it. Orleans send it in deep on the 3-on-2 break-in. Caron gets surrounded by 3 blue shirts as Grads are able to break it out. Cosgrove skating way wide. Carries the puck behind the net, leaves it for Wojcik, who gets a quick shot short side. The goalie makes a save and gets a whistle. Baptiste on the draw, pushes it forward. Cam gets hit off the puck. Penalty coming up on the play. Head contact against Orleans. Cumberland grads going on a 2-minute power play. Puck's brought back to Brothers. Brothers across to Lamotte. Lamotte looking, walking, shooting. Goalie makes a save. Face off to the right of the goalie. Blues pull it back, send it down the ice. Crew out of his net, having to leave it behind the net. Blues first on the puck, as Brothers and Lamotte have to fight a blue shirt off the puck. Cam leaving it for Lamotte. Lamotte over to Baptiste. Baptiste enters the zone, waits, puts it deep for McFadden. McFadden back to Baptiste. Baptiste over to Brothers. That's a missed pass. And we have almost a breakaway, but Lamotte able to get back across and break that up. Cam enters, goes wide, stops, gets hit off the puck. As Orleans get it to the line, not out. Quiche flips it up to Baptiste on the wall. Baptiste for Cam, that bounces over his stick. From the wall, Orleans gets it out, down the ice. Orleans is going to be first on the puck again, so Prue plays it to Quiche. Quiche, a bad pass. Prue forcing Prue to make a save, bouncing puck. And he holds on. Blues again with the win. Shot goes wide of the net. White getting the puck up to McDonald. McDonald, weak shot that goes wide. Levesque trying to get a hold of it. Orleans come back 2-on-1. Pass makes it across. Prue having to make a save on the cross. He makes another glove save on the shot from the point. And he holds on. A little problem with the clock here. 21 seconds on the power play. Caron getting up to McDonald. That goes to the line. Blues put it back in. Again, Blues at the line, holding it. Centering pass. Caron had his man all tied up. He couldn't pull the trigger. Levesque retrieves the puck. He gets robbed of it. Right in the slot. Prue having to make another save. Net was off. Prue putting the net back on himself. Orleans with the puck. Net drive. Save. Rimmed around. Puck's out of the zone. Ty McDonald gets rocked in the corner. Orleans pass across. Backdoor option. Lamotte gets the puck off of his skate and puts it to the corner. Orleans almost holding the line. Penalty coming up on the play. Two-minute slashing against the Blues. Baptiste gets it back to Brothers. Brothers going off the wall, but Orleans retrieve that puck. Crew playing it to brothers as Lamotte was under pressure. Give it to Baptiste and then pushed up to Wojcik. Wojcik gets it to Lamotte. Lamotte to Baptiste. Baptiste from behind his net. Skates it through neutral. Offside. Quiche gets the puck off the face-off off of Cam's stick. He flips it in deep. Orleans cycle back to the line. Quiche sends it back around. Bouvier Sharp having a pinch to get a hold of it. White puts it behind his back through the crease. No one was there. Quiche from the line down to Cam. Cam to McFadden. McFadden trying to cycle back down. The Blues get possession of it. Send it down the ice. Prue leaving it for Bouvier Sharp as Bouvier Sharp was under pressure. The Blues player backs off. Bouvier Sharp sets up behind his net. Cam leaves it there for him. Bouvier Sharp gets it to Cam. Cam with speed enters the zone. Puts it wide. Bouvier Sharp from the line gets it back in deep. As McFadden got a quick shot from an angle on net. Goalie holds on with 20 seconds left in the power play to Cumberland. Face off to the left of the goalie. Puck comes onto the wall. Pushed out by Orleans. Orleans going for a skate. Parenteau gets burnt on the wall. Prue makes a save and does not give any rebounds. Gets a whistle. Wojcik with first possession on the draw. Orleans able to keep the puck in at the line and get it to the slot. Another shot on net from point blank. Prue right there to make a save. Gets another whistle. Penalty's over. We're back to even strength. Orleans winning the draw. They push it deep. Caron in the corner on the puck. Two Orleans players on him right away. And they win that battle. Caron battling deep in the corner. Shot from short side. And a rebound attempt by the Blues. Prue holds on for another whistle. Brothers gets the puck to the half boards. Orleans get a hold of it. They fire it in from the point. The goalie gloves it down. Baptiste pulls the puck back. Brothers gives it back to Baptiste. Cross-ice shot, one-timer, OB style. Prue able to get across and make a save. Cosgrove deep in the zone. Tries to give it to White. A little hard between his feet. White going for a big hit. Gets reversed. Cosgrove centering. Baptiste all tied up. Puck comes out of the zone. Lamotte able to break up the initial play. Now they're coming in 3-on-2. Brothers loses his stick. Shot from the high slot. Crew makes a save. Orleans from the dot gets a shot off. Crew another pad save. Orleans cycling deep. Centering at the dot. To the slot. Backdoor play for a tip. Lamotte working behind the net. Lamotte comes up with it. Lamotte off the wall. Gets it out himself. Orleans retrieve the puck, and they're right back in. Baptiste getting the puck down the ice. White chasing it down. Icing is called. Enzo Bouvier-Sharp getting the puck to the line. It's kept in by Orleans. McDonald gets it out. Orleans pushing right back. Blues from the slot. Shot pushed aside by Quiche. Quiche gets the puck to the line. Another shot that goes wide of the net. Orleans, the high shot. That goes off the glass. And Cumberland getting a penalty, I believe. Oh, it looks like it's Orleans, even though Cumberland had the puck at the time. So penalty against the Blues. Cumberland going to finish this game off with a power play. 2:13 left in the third, 2 minutes on the clock. 4-1 Orleans. Orleans wins the draw. They get it to neutral. Foot race through center. Orleans first on the puck. Prue making a save, gets a whistle. Cumberland winning the draw. They get the puck out. Orleans sending it right back in deep. Quiche with the puck behind the net. Cam picks it up on the skate. Gives it up to Ty McDonald. McDonald pushes it forward and into the corner. Orleans can't get it out. Cam to Bouvier-Sharp. Bouvier-Sharp, quick shot on net. Goalie reaches across and gloves it down. Levesque winning the draw, gets a quick shot that just goes wide of the net. Kato trying to hold the line. Puck bounces up, ends up in a 2-on-1 with Cajon breaking it up. Cajon retrieves the puck and skates it all the way down. Cajon stops at the line, pushes it across. We have a 2-on-0 the other way. Pass across, Prue gets across, makes a great save. Orleans regain possession. Go for the short side net drive. Orleans player down on the ice. Whistle is blown. Face-off coming to the outside of the zone. 5-on-4. Power play still for Cumberland. Orleans dumping it in. Parenteau over to Caron. Caron back to Parenteau. Parenteau behind the net. Parenteau, short pass to Caron. Caron trying to hit his winger. Winger was already gone. The Blues strip Cumberland of the puck. Parenteau able to get possession. Gives it to Caron. Caron up for Cosgrove. Cosgrove going in with Wojcik and Levesque. Caron knocked off the puck. Back to even strength. 2-on-1. Parenteau breaks up the shot. Flips it out to the half boards. Buzzer goes off. And that's going to be the end of the game.
Up here or what?
No, not at all.
No?
No, I get no heat. It's
a sweet spot right here.
That's like straight down.
Down here, just heading it out. Keep me in the face right here. Thanks for doing the video, fine.
Yeah, no problem.